Hi, John from OCAM here. Today we're going to be installing a roof rack onto a 100 series Landcruiser. First thing to do is, once you get your roof rack, open it all up as we have done here, and separate all of your brackets, all of your nuts, your bolts, your washers separately, just so it makes it a lot easier when you are installing it all together. Now today, because we're installing a full length roof rack onto a 100 series, we're going to be using the two existing rear slots that are on the 100 series. The next exposed slot, which is here, is not needed unless you're fitting a 3/4 roof rack. Now with the 100 series, about 250mm further down, underneath the black strip is another set of bolt holes, and they're the ones that we use for the 200 for the full length roof rack. So what we'll do is we'll get the cap and we'll cover the slot that we're not going to be using, like so. Now the best way to remove this is either with a sharp Stanley knife and some side cutters to cut the aluminium strip, or if you wanted to, you could just use a Dremel to Dremel a slot out in there and then pop that back over the top, depending on what type of finish you'd like to have. Today the customer requested that we just cut it off, and that's the end result there. Now once we have the roof ready to go and we've made the allowance for the full cage rack to go on, we'll come to our fixtures and fittings, and we'll pick up a rubber gasket, a roof mount, two of the 25mm bolts, two spring-loaded washers. So you'll put the spring-loaded washer in first, and because these are going on the mounts in between the tracks, we do use the smaller washers. Once we have everything that we need, we'll go over to the roof and we'll install them in. So, take them out, put the rubber gasket in, lay the mount over the top there, and put your bolt in there. Put them in there nice and loose to begin with, and as you can see, the smaller washer goes in between the gap there perfectly. The larger washers will get in the way. Okay, so once we've actually put the mounts on top of the roof, the next step is to put all the L-shaped brackets onto the roof rack. Now we get the L-shaped bracket, we get 4 of the 15mm bolts, and we insert the spring-loaded washer first, then the large flat washer, and we'll get 4 nuts as well. As you can see, we've already unwrapped our roof rack. We've pre-done all the other legs, but we saved one so we can demonstrate as to how it's done. On the 100 series and the 200 series roof rack install, as you can see, you've got six slots here and 4 on the roof bracket. For the 100 and 200, we're going to use the 4 inner slots, like so. What you do is you come in from underneath, put the bolt through, and just very put the bolt through, and just put the nut on very loose. We will have all 4 of them will be put on loose, so when we do put the roof rack on top of the car, we're able to maneuver it and center it to where we want it to be. Once we've got all the L-shaped brackets onto the roof rack and they're on there nice and loose, best to get another person, so a 2-person lift, to carry the roof rack, and best to come in from the rear side of the car rather than the front. So once we've got the roof rack on top of the vehicle, sitting on top of the mounts, the last step will be to secure it using the cover plate and the 20mm bolt. Now the 20mm bolt will go through the cover plate, the L-shaped bracket and the mounting point. So you pop that in there, tighten the bolt in behind. As you can see, that tightens up in there. Once that's all done, next thing to do is to go around the whole rack, tighten up all the nuts and bolts, just to secure it so it doesn't move anywhere. Okay, so that's how you install your 100 series roof rack. The same principles apply to the 200 series Landcruiser as well. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. Have a nice day.